Hi everyone, Ashish Kyal here. Very warm welcome to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. It's fantastic to have all of you over here. And today I'm going to talk about the magic of time. And I'm sure I'm doing very well. It's always wonderful to talk about the magic of time, especially during such days when the markets have been moving on the back of the event. But if you look at this concept of cycle is working fabulously well. तो अगर आपने देखा होगा on 8th of October I produced a video which is on the concept of how the war impact will happen on the markets. And if you have seen that video, I mentioned we are lying at the cusp of time cycle, which is a 55-day time cycle. And look at that time cycle working so exceptionally well. Market went down, open gap down, fall for the day, but then come out with a bang, because the time cycle suggested that the market should reverse since we are lying at that cusp of the cycle. That's the magic of time. And if you missed out seeing that, I again published about this time cycle on 9th of October on my website wavestrategy.com, how the market is looking and why it is time to buy this market despite of the fall, with the key level that I was looking at is 19,480, 19,490. That was the zone. And Nifty from the low at 19,480 up by from those levels. We are up by more than 220 points already, and it is like amazing. So majority of the people and traders were bearish, but my students has been bullish, is what one of the mentees is talking about here, Narendra Mulani. He's saying that everyone was bearish, but your students were bullish in this kind of a market. And that is what it takes for you to have either of this can happen, either on the two things. This can happen either when you are a strong guts to go against the event, go against the what everyone is saying. You need a strong guts, and you need a very strong belief into your theory that you are practicing. These are the two most important ingredients. You will agree with me, and then only someone can come out so boldly and say that yaar yahan par buying opportunity hai and the market is looking bullish. Now you will see the news will change based on what happened after the move has happened. The news will change. So what I am saying to you, I am not saying that we will blindly believe it. I'm not saying that time cycle works 100%. I'm saying that if there is a science of time that is working, you just witnessed how this science works, and you just encountered why it is important for every single trader to look at the concepts of time and to incorporate that concept of time in their daily trading strategy. If you would have incorporated this concept of time, you would have known that the probability of chart is much more valid than the probability of an event outcome, because the events are driven by sentiments, and these sentiments are also driving stock market. तो अगर मैं सिंपल शब्दों में आपको बताऊं, पैसा कमाने के लिए मार्केट में अगर आपको ट्रेड करना है तो चार्ट्स को देखना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है और ना ही के इवेंट्स को. Events will result into short-term volatility, short-term fluctuations, and short-term movement that we can definitely expect. But events will then not change the trend of the market. So Nifty was anyway supposed to go up. It went up, but only with the volatility which happened because of the event. So the volatility resulted into a sharp, the event resulted into sharp volatility, but the market did what it is supposed to anyways do. So like, let me now explain you in a simple way कि यार अगर आपको successfully trade करना है market में, you need to be aware about the concepts of time. Now, why time and what is time cycle? Let me explain it to you in a very simple fashion. We focus on price. So like I had an interview on money control. I was asked that what are the two most important indicators that you look at? And I said the two most important indicators for me is price and time. Because bhav bhagwan che, samay balwan che. So price and time are the two most important indicator that works. And if you have been in the Bangalore event, which I was speaking at again on 7th of October, we discussed the strategy, and that strategy of options worked fantastic despite of the event. That's the power. So what I am saying is, what is time cycle? J.M. Hurst, which we call who I say that is the father of time cycle. He has mentioned about how the entire phenomenon of time works, and it makes sense. He said that time cycle can be applied on stocks, time cycle can be applied on index, and if you apply it correctly, you will be able to see when will the market form a low. If you know when the lows are going to be formed, you will be able to trade with a very high conviction. W.D. Gann went to the extent of saying, if the time is right, prices will rise. So I'm saying that we will club as a synchronization of both price and time concept together. And when you club the synchronization, मतलब दोनों चीजों को दोस्तों साथ में यूज करना है, the concept of price, the concept of time, अगर दोनों को साथ में मिक्स करके अगर आपने यूज किया, and then when you see how it behaves, it is simply amazing way of trading. So whatever you are doing currently, I am asking you, you continue to do what you are doing, continue to practice what you are practicing. Lekin at times it is very crucial to look at the component of time cycle. Time cycle matlab hota hai, at a specific period, if I know that Nifty has a tendency to form a low every 55 days. So it has a tendency. Why 55? 55 is a period which is derived using the concepts of Hurst time cycle. And I'm not doing it now. I've been using these concepts of Hurst time cycle for more than a decade. And I have shown it in a lot of my publications and research, this cyclical concept and how it can be used. So if I know that this is the zone where the reversal can be expected, I know यार market शायद यहाँ से reverse होगा despite of the event. Let me share across very quickly one chart. I'm going to share it across with you all very quickly, and then I'll talk about this time concept in much detail, क्योंकि चार्ट के साथ शेयर करने में समझ में बहुत इजी आता है. So यहाँ पर अगर हम देखेंगे बहुत ही quickly, this is the chart that you can see it on the screen over here. Are you able to see this chart? This is a cycle period. ये जो आप zone देख रहे हो, so I am showing you Nifty time cycle sub zone on daily time frame, which is the secret that helped me to be bullish. Okay, despite of everyone knows the Israel war that we are seeing, and this cycle is the reason why I have been bullish. Now, if you're looking at this cycle as the reason why I've been bullish, this cycle is derived using the concept of time, using the concept of Hurst time cycle. It means that from this point that you see here, the middle one, I'm talking about the middle line right now, from the middle line until the next cycle period, which is this one, we have as a 55 candles, which means दो cycle period के बीच में जो distance है वो 55 candles का है. Now, if the distance between these two time cycle is 55, it gives me a zone. It will never be a single point. जैसे प्राइस में हमारा जोन होता है, वैसे ही टाइम में भी हमारा जोन होता है. It gives me a zone that around this area we might expect to see a pullback or a rally or an up move or a start of a trend. Since we are looking at a daily time frame, I'm expecting after this cycle we should have at least around 10-15 days of a up move. And that is when we can say that the price and time both confirmed together. Kaise? We can say that today's candle is close above the prior candle as simple price action technique. Plus, it is also above the prior, it is also within. Can you see the red line? Can you see this line? सो जो लो यहाँ पर बनना था वो हमने लो बना दिया साइकिल पे, एंड निफ्टी हैज प्रोटेक्टेड दिस लो. सो ये जो लो बना है यहाँ पर विच इज अराउंड 19,000, लेट मी गिव यू द फिगर which is at the level of 19, this low is at 19,333. So 19,333 पे जो लो बना वहां से मार्केट ने पुल बैक दिया है. कितने दिन का पुल बैक हो गया? 1 2 3 4 दिन का पुल बैक ऑलरेडी मार्केट में आया है वहां से. नाउ दिस इज वेरी वेरी वाइटल इंफॉर्मेशन which means that now as long as 19,333 remains intact, my time will remain bullish. If my time will remain bullish, I will look for buying opportunity and I will change my stand to a strong sell if 19,333 gets broken. If that happens, the reason I will change my stand to a strong sell because that's the level where time cycle low is formed. Then I can say that the next, until when that low will be remaining intact, until 13th of December. तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन मुझे टाइम साइकिल देता है. What I am trying to tell you guys is that a very simple way by which you can understand this concept. ये तो मैंने आपको संक्षेप में बताया, सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बताया. तो ये एक साइंस है. See, everything is governed by time. How? We have 365 days in a year, 24 hours in a day. We have 28 days of lunar cycle. You know, you should keep a watch on when is Amavasya, when is Purnima happening. So that's a 28 days of lunar cycle. And female body follows 28 period of time. Since they follow 28 period of time, we exist on this planet. So can I say lunar or moon has a strong influence on every single person, including men. We are not aware so much about it, but we are influenced to that extent. So it is how the time works. If you think there is a high tide and a low tide that happens in the ocean when the Amavasya and Purnima happens, which means the entire water body on the planet responds. Human system is made up of more than 70% of water. Don't you think we will respond to these kind of movement which happens? See, I'm not an astrologer. I do not understand planetary movements. I am a simple science student. I'm an engineer. And I do not buy a story unless I see a proof. Equation सीखा है यार physics में. अगर 2 + 2 4 होना चाहिए तो होना ही चाहिए. That's the equation I work with. So then I started testing this technique. And I realized that when I plot it across and when I started looking at lunar cycles, can I trade and make money out of it? That's the question. Is it possible to trade and make money out of this information? And I started trading it. And I realized, fantastic. It is giving me a classic opportunity to trade options. And there are ways in which you should trade options during these cyclical periodicities. And that's what I started doing. And once I started doing, I'm like, wow, something like this exists. इतने सालों तक पता ही नहीं था यार. And once I realized this exists, I started clubbing price action, my neo wave techniques, Elliott wave with that. And I found a lethal combination of trading markets, trading options like never before. And we are going to have on 28th, 29th October, Master of Cycles program, which is on a weekend, morning 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are going to be talking about this science in complete totality. Time cycle as an individual parameter can be used as a complete trading system. So many people think कि time cycles के basis पे अगर मुझे trade करना है तो shall I need to know something else? Shall I need to know this or that? Time is such a concept, Hus time cycle, which will also give you not only price, not only time, it also tells you how much prices will go up, by how much prices will go up. And if you look at that, we had an FLD crossover. There are people, mentees, who might go and check. There is a target which is already derived by time, even before the event happened. And look at it, we are heading there eventually. So the point I'm trying to, and guys, one more thing. This is all a probabilistic scenario. ठीक है, अगर आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं और आप बोल रहे हैं यार ये इतना कॉन्फिडेंट है तो 100% ऐसा होगा, नो, आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ 90-95%, not 100%. This is the time when my confidence is skyrocket high, despite of the event, despite of the war. I can say that I am bullish. I was bullish 2 days back before market open. I was bullish yesterday, looking for buying opportunity, and I have been bullish today. Now that markets have moved in my favor to a lot of extent, my only work now is to risk manage. I'm now going to do my risk management to ensure that what I am making, I do not end up losing if tomorrow again we open 200 points gap down. That's the aim. The aim is to be right once. The aim then shifts from being right to being risk averse. Now what will happen is I am being right. I entered at the right time. Now I am shifting my focus from being right to being risk managed. That's the thing, guys. I teach that in mentorship, how to do it in a much detailed fashion, and you might agree with me on that. So people who are there was a very interesting tweet. Someone mentioned that even if the world war happens, you will be bullish. I said I was bearish about weekend 10 days back. Please go and check. I was not bullish then, but yes, my cycles are suggesting prices should turn, and it turned. A move of, are you okay if it is moving by 200-300 points in your favor? That's fine, right? That's fantastic, actually, if you understand and if you are a trader. So point I'm trying to make is that if entire planet responds to lunar cycle, if we respond to lunar cycle, why will stock market not respond to these lunar cycles? I say this time as the heartbeat of the market. It is heartbeat of the market, and it is you who needs to know how to listen to this heartbeat. Time is the heartbeat, and that is what works. So time helps us in what all things? Time helps us to forecast the market. Time helps us to understand that when the prices are going to go up. It helps us to understand when it will go down. So if there is a time support area क्या होता है? The low which is formed in the time zone, like I mentioned, 19333. If that low gets broken now, I will be the first person to turn bearish until 13th of December. Now that is some kind of a study. And that's how you look at the time. So time helps me to be staying bearish also. So time helps me to be staying bullish also. And one important aspect that I was speaking earlier also at the event is every single parameter that you derive, is derived out of time. How much? What is the parameter that of an RSI that you use? I'm asking you. आप RSI के लिए कौन सा पैरामीटर यूज करते हो? डिफॉल्ट पैरामीटर 14. You know why 14? Because it's a 28-day of lunar cycle. The parameter on an RSI or an ROC or a moving average should be derived out of time. The parameter of an RSI is 14 because it is half of 28-day lunar cycle. So if you think about it, if you know the science of time, you can create your own indicators. And we are going to do that in the Master of Cycles program on 28-29th October, where we create our own indicators. If we since we want to derive these parameters of time cycle, and हम साथ में करेंगे ये चीज. I am going to give you a clear-cut trade setup that you can use in this period. How to find out? So पहली चीज, ये जो 2 days का program है, let me talk about that. It's going to be on Master of Cycles, which is different than Master of Waves. Master of Waves is about Elliott wave and Neo wave. Master of Cycle is about Hurst time cycle, Gann square of 9, KST indicator that I'm going to use, and customized indicator that we are going to develop. It's all about time. And I'm going to give you a clear-cut trade setup, which you can use from the very next day, you looking at the concepts of time. The beauty about time cycle trading is which we call as hashtag time traders. People who trade time, I call it as hashtag time traders. The beauty about time cycle is that you can apply these concepts from the next day itself. It is not complicated. क्योंकि हम एक सिग्नलिंग मेथड भी बनाएंगे जहां पर मैं आपको स्टेप्स लिख के दूंगा कि भाई स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3 अगर होता है तो ये स्टेप 4 पे आपको एक्ट करना है it is looking like a signal. I will give you certain shortcuts कि भाई स्टॉक्स के ऊपर टाइम साइकिल कैसे डिराइव किया है, क्या टाइम साइकिल पीरियड लेना है, क्या टारगेट्स आएगा. एंड इमेजिन, ये तो मैंने खाली इंडेक्स पे, आपको मैं जो ट्वीट करता हूँ खाली इंडेक्स पे करता हूँ, बिकॉज अगर मैं स्टॉक्स पे करने लगूँ यार, यू विल नॉट बिलीव there are stocks that follow that time cycle to the very day to such an extent. Will all time and every stock do it? No. But we know that when it follows and when there is a price confirmation, you have to go all in and it works. And what more proof that you require than what I have shared across and tweeted across, it actually works. So for people who are here for the very first time, who might not know me, I'm an author of a book, Effective Trading in Financial Markets. That's the book that you can see, which I have placed it here. That's the book written by me, authored, published worldwide. I'm a chartered market technician, CMT, which I cleared all the 3 levels in 1 year of time in 2008. I was working with Lehman Brothers. I lost my job because Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. And since I lost my job, I started, I realized that I can be a trader. That was the opportunity I got, and I took the plunge. I started my own firm and I started witnessing things that I never imagined possible. And I am a winner on CNBC Awaaz, Khiladi #1, more than 24 times. Consecutive 3 or 4 times I have won multiple shows, and you can see me on various business channels. I was speaking at National Stock Exchange. I was speaking at IIMs about these concepts of price and time. I was speaking in China Investment Forum on this time. So point I'm trying to make is this concept is a scientific approach. I was speaking at Society of Technical Analysts in London on the concepts of Elliott wave and time. And this time cycle functions absolutely fantastic. So do you really want to, I'm asking you, do you really want to learn this science of time cycle in a very systematic fashion? When will gold reverse? When will crude rally? How will the bond look like? How will equity markets go up? How will stock market behave? You can do that. In fact, if I tell you, a concept of time cycle, you can apply even on an intraday chart, even on a 15-minute chart, and even on 5-minute chart. We have been doing that for so many participants, thousands of participants who have been attending webinar. We forecast the market together, and they are thrilled to see how exactly on that time. विश्वास नहीं होता, लास्ट वीक का मेरा ट्वीट अगर आप जाके देखेंगे, एक टाइम दिया था मैंने, वो टाइम से exactly at 10:30 a.m. Nifty reversed and had a rocket up move, and again on Monday. So what I'm trying to tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. It's not a rocket science. You do not need to have any prior knowledge, because these concepts of time, I'm going to give it to you in a simple, systematic fashion. I'm asking you, do you want to be a part of this wonderful program on Master of Cycles, which is about first time cycle, Gann square of 9, which is fantastic way of doing it, looking at things, how KST indicator can be used for intraday trading also, how you can form options trading strategy, how to go about option buying and selling, looking at time, and how to trade these entire, a wonderful world of time is what I'm going to give you. So how are we going to start? There will be, अगर आज आप register करते हो इस event के लिए, if you are registering today for this event, you will be getting KST and Bollinger Bands का course absolutely free, which is itself worth more than 4,000. वो course मैं आपको free देने वाला हूँ आज के दिन में. If you are registering for Master of Cycles today, I am going to give, along with Master of Cycles, I am going to give you all, if you are doing it today, आज कर रहे हो तो, I am going to give you all the access to Master of Technical Analysis if you are registering today, which is a 12-hour course worth itself 15,000. साथ में, I am going to give you 1 month of free research report if you are a part-time, you are registering it for today. So point I am trying to make you, I want to give you value. The value that I am going to generate is something phenomenal for you all, because ये concept of time, I'm not sure if anyone else is teaching you in this scientific, systematic fashion. And you can do it is what I can, it's my commitment. If you are thrilled seeing that what I'm tweeting, what I'm sharing the videos about, I am going to be simply telling you, you will get astonished जब आप खुद करते हो. You know, जब मैं सोता हूँ रात को, मैं सोचता क्या हूँ, यार मैंने जो टाइम दिया है वो इतना एक्यूरेटली वर्क कर रहा है, मतलब मार्केट को चला कौन रहा है. सोचने वाली बात है ना कि मार्केट को एक्चुअली चला कौन रहा है, वो सोचने वाली बात है, क्योंकि मार्केट अपने आप ही जो करना है वो करता है. What are we trying to do here? So I'm not moving the market, guys. I have no capacity to move the market. भाव भगवान छे, price is God for me. And as I said, समय बलवान छे. अगर समय सही नहीं हो तो कितनी भी कोशिश कर लो, कुछ नहीं मिलता. अगर समय सही हो तो पत्थर को भी सोना बनाया जा सकता है. So what I say is that if you know the science of time, I'm telling you the power of trading that you have is phenomenally high. So this journey, which is going to be on 28th, 29th October, Saturday, Sunday, morning 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. live program hai. You will be getting the recordings of it also after that for a period of 15 days. So you can go through it. You will also be having a pre-session video. Post that there will be a follow-up session. I know Master of Waves ka follow-up session we are keeping on Thursday, not Wednesday, FYI. Is Master of Cycles ka bhi ek follow-up session hoga hamara, which is going to happen post that. You will be able to post your charts and queries. So I will ensure that you have a complete hand-holding and you will be able to learn this science in a fantastic fashion. And I want to know, are you in for learning this science to ensure that you are going to be for this financial freedom? लोग बोलते हैं ना यार, क्या stock market से हम passive source of income generate कर सकते हैं? It is possible to do that, but you need to take that step forward. You need to act now, because as I said, if you are acting today, I'm going to give you something only valid for today. I'm not going to repeat that again. You will get KST Bollinger Bands course free for today. You will get Master of Technical Analysis, which is a 12-hour recording free. You are going to get access to the pre-session video. You are going to get access to the 2 days of live program. You will get access to 1 month of Nifty research report. Post बाद में खत्म होने के बाद में आपको follow-up session मिलने वाला है. There is something, I'm creating an entire ecosystem for all of you to ensure you become a wonderful trader. So how do you take that step forward? I'm simply going to register you're here for all the people who are asking me for the link. Just a second. Here is the link with you all, and people who are there on YouTube, ensure you are subscribing, liking across the channel. And साथ ही में link आपको description box में मिल जाएगा. And here I'm going to also take a very quick poll. Which path you want to select for financial freedom is the poll that I'm taking. If you are a part of mentorship upcoming program, which is also starting with Master of Cycles on 28th, 29th October, you need not register separately for the Master of Cycles program, because mentorship for 3 months is going to cover Master of Cycles as complimentary. So the link I'm sharing it across. I'll just share my screen. How do you register for this event? You can simply come here and you can be a part of this wonderful journey, wonderful experience that will change your mind, that will blow off your mind. That's how it is possible. I'm going to answer a few questions here. Nifty intraday, how many time cycle possible to create, and each cycle target how much? Intraday में आप 5 minutes पे और 15 minutes पे, ये दो टाइम फ्रेम पे साइकिल अप्लाई कर सकते हो. 5 minute वाले साइकिल में you will get multiple opportunities, but not necessary हमें हर एक सिग्नल लेना है. साथ में ये जो साइकिल ट्रेडिंग है, I will tell you how to use this. इसका एप्लीकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि किस तरीके से स्ट्रेटेजी बनानी है, वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा. So you will have these completely. Do not worry about it. Okay, there is another question here which is coming up. The course language is going to be English and Hindi mix. जैसे अभी हम करें उस तरीके से होगा. You will be able to understand. That is what I can say. Okay, and I have been and it is fantastic. एक और चीज दोस्तों, if you miss this time, trust me, you might have to wait another 5-6 months for predicting time. And you can even create your own portfolio of stocks with time cycle. एंड ये तो कुछ भी नहीं यार, अगर आप मेरा फोरकास्ट देखोगे, सेंसेक्स को फोरकास्ट किया था 8 साल पहले, यहां से निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स क्या होने वाले अंटिल 2027 इज ऑलरेडी रेडी विथ मी विद द फोरकास्ट ऑफ टाइम, and it is simply fantastic. So it is how you can create your investment portfolio if you know where is market going to head, and you need someone bold enough to tell you when to buy despite of the event is what I am saying. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions here. The entire approach for this, and also the pricing that you are seeing here, is today is the last day of the early bird offer. If from tomorrow this is not going to be valid, so you have to register. Once you register, you get access to all of the things that I have committed right now. मेरी टीम को भी मैं इन्फॉर्म करूंगा कि मैंने आपको मास्टर ऑफ टेक्निकल एनालिसिस भी फ्री देने के लिए कहा है, so which they might not be aware of. So ये सारी चीजें मैं करूंगा. There are many other questions that are popping up. Let me take that up. Can this time cycle be used in all kinds of market? Yes, Vinay, you can apply these time cycles in every type of market, right from crypto to forex to commodities to equities, stocks, सब पे अप्लाई कर सकते हो. क्या कैसे अप्लाई करना है, जो ये पीरियड की बात कर रहा हूँ वो पीरियड कितना होना चाहिए, that I will tell you. Can I do scalping strategy with this? Of course, you can also do scalping, because then we will use shorter term time cycles. Does it answer your question? The link for registration is here. I am simply sharing across the link for registrations with over here. You can simply use this link to register, and there are many questions that is happening here. Amit, I've already shared across and showed the chart. In case you missed that out, please, you can check that later on. Is it only for options, or also we can predict equity? Boss, this is for equities, not for options only. हम equities को predict करने वाले, Anand, if you understand, we will pick up stocks. I will give you an Excel sheet with a few stocks, जिसके ऊपर हम different time cycle predict करके रखेंगे, जो आपको खाली एज अ कैलेंडर सेव करके रखना है. आपको वो दिन के आजू बाजू जाके देखना है, यार आज के ये हफ्ते में कौन सा स्टॉक में कहां पर लो बनने वाला है, क्या उसमें हम इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, क्या उसमें हम ट्रेड कर सकते हैं, कौन से दिन पे आपको कैलेंडर में अलर्ट डाल के रखना है, ये स्टॉक का अलर्ट है, आज साइकिल है, उस तरीके से आपको ट्रेड लेना है. ओके, डज इट आंसर योर क्वेश्चन? एंड just a second, there are many. For option, we can be able to create time cycle. If you create a time cycle on a stock, similar time cycle can be applied on an option. So you just have to extend from the stock to the option. So I will tell you how to do that. If you're an options trader, time cycle can work wonders for you, because options में सबसे ज्यादा important होता है momentum कब बन रहा है. मोमेंटम बनते हुए देखने के लिए आपको KST इंडिकेटर चाहिए, साथ में आपको पता होना चाहिए आप कौन से टाइम पे बन रहा है. इफ यू लुक एट टुडे, इफ यू वुड हैव नोन कि आज के दिन में इतने बजे मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा, डोंट यू थिंक उसके आसपास यू वर लुकिंग फॉर बाइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी, एंड इट वर्क लाइक मैजिक. सो दैट्स द थिंग, दैट्स द आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. कैन आई फाइंड मल्टी बैगर स्टॉक आउट ऑफ इट? You can find multi-bagger stock. Absolutely. That's what I am doing. I create weekly time cycles for my investments. I look at daily time cycles for my swing trading or momentum trading. I look at 15 minutes time cycle for my intraday or 2 or 3 days or 5 days of expiry trading that I'm doing. So you can apply these concepts across the time cycle, across the time frame, and it works. So that is very, very possible. एंड जो KST इंडिकेटर है, कस्टमाइज्ड इंडिकेटर है, वो भी हम करेंगे एज अ सिग्नल. तो आपको सब स्टॉक्स पे साइकिल ढूंढने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. आई गिव यू सर्टेन शॉर्टकट मेथड्स व्हिच यू कैन डायरेक्टली अप्लाई, एंड you can use that. Manohar, but you were there on the Saturday event. It was fantastic to meet you. I loved you people all. I was just talking about how this time cycle will work. And Ram Prashad, I remember you were there in the Bangalore event also. You're joining the MOC. The signed copy of my book for the Bangalore participant, is it still available? Is it still valid? Kar denge, Ram Prasad, I'll inform my team. You might have just to shell out the courier charges. I'll do that. And then it was just, I mean, these are the people who met me, and I just love them. The way they responded. So just use the link and opportunity, because we need to ensure that you are there onboarded, and I will not be able to extend the offer again later on. Awesome, guys. And there are other questions that are coming up. Ram Prasad, great to get you on board for this. Manor, you as well. Fantastic. I can see Somnath, you are registering for the Master of Cycle. Simply superb, Somnath, for taking that step forward. And Pradeep, yes, you can find out the predictions and the stocks. You can do that yourself, of course. Yes. Okay. I can see over here, Mansi, sir, I have registered for the program. Can I get the links of the course? Yes, Mansi, you will get all the things. My team will set you up for that. Do not worry. The link will be there. And okay, for intraday, yes, you can do it for intraday. Also, Mansi, you will get all the details. Which is the best indicator for intraday? KST and Ichimoku Cloud, which we are going to do, plus time. Which we are going to do in this wonderful program. So guys, take that step forward. I've shared across the link with all of you. It's going to be really, really amazing. And I'm excited to talk about this method and these techniques. And Sathi mein milenge. Sunil, I met you, right? You were also there for the event, if I not remember, unless you are a different Sunil. That's what I'm checking. So बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है आप लोगों से बात करके मिलके. I'm really glad that you are liking all of the things that we are doing here. The concepts of time. I'm even planning to start a complete different research center, which we will call as Technical Analysis Research Center, where the mentees, the Gurukul participants who have been a part of this wonderful journey will be able to submit their research, and I will showcase that research to the world as a proof. It's not me, it's everyone who is touched by time is able to become #time trader. So I'm planning to start that as well. So there are a lot of initiatives I'm doing for people to showcase their work, their knowledge. And I want to do that as a research, as a technical analysis research center or advanced technical analysis research center. We want to do that. That's a plan. That's the idea. If you have any more suggestions, do feel free to keep toss it across, and I will take it up for you all. How much time will it take to calculate time cycle for any stock or underlying? How many hours? You will not take hours. You will take minutes to calculate time cycle for each stock. I'm telling you, I'll give you the trick how you can derive that time cycle in minutes, not hours. In minutes, it can happen. Does it answer your question, Rajan? And you will be shocked to see how simple it is to do that. Fantastic, guys. So aaj ke liye itna hi. Thank you very much for joining in. Love talking to you all, and see you soon on 28th, 29th October on the weekend on this Master of Cycles program. And you are going to be amazed. What I'm going to show you, it's simply going to change your life forever. And HDFC CC is not available. It is available. I'll ask my colleague to share across another link with you. Krishna, just drop your number and she will contact you and share across the link. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day. Become a wonderful time trader. Thank you.